Trinidad, tell me what scene you want. Do you just like political confusion? You criticizing the way you live, yet you can't produce an alternative. You say you against the power structure, you ain't like the opposition either. But hey, here you jump out the hot water and end up in the center of the fire. Because you refuse to vote in election, but then you want revolution. You're strongly against communism. You walk out on colonialism. You say Rick William had to go, but who to replace him? You ain't know. So to make a long story short from in front, Trinidadians ain't really know what they want.
47 years old. That song is 47 years old. Listen to what you're hearing, you know. Then look in the mirror. 47 years we singing this.
My friend, if you don't want democracy, the opposite is guerrilla activity. If you don't want democratic improvement, you have to want a revolutionist government. And yet when Guy Harewood went in the hills with Jennifer Jones, you let them get killed. All you're doing is grinning and skyrocketing. You come like the ass
In the lion's skin.
because you say Robinson is a traitor.
Traitor.
You say what's that about Ranger? You say Kamal seeking his own interest. You call Millet a Marxist Leninist. You are what neither DLP, and you say TNM is only ratchet beat. Well, you tying up yourself. I gonna tell you why. Trinidadians just like plenty mama guy.
Plenty, mama guy. 47 years ago, Maestro sing, Trinidadians ain't know what they want. Let me talk, man. Let me talk.
Afro Trinidadian talking black power. It's not wrong for a man to love his culture. Yes, you walk around with your Afro flat and you're dragging alpagat and patsapat. But although they're rapping about Africa, you're eating roti like if you're born in India. So who you gonna blame when you make your move and end up like a cat on a hunting room? Because you say you're going Afro all the way. Let you smile when they bring in Tony May. William say he want to retire. You beg him to stay a little longer. You reject Carl's act on public order. Now you want it same Carl for Prime Minister. Like your sense of reasoning goes and comes. It won't surprise me if you call back Albert Gumbs.
I could stop it there. Plenty of you can't take that much, guys. So I could stop it there. The point I'm making today, the date is Monday, 21st of August, 2017. That song is 47 years old. Philip, what you doing, boy? You have time to waste. Philip, what you doing? You're pretty, you're bright, like your life, now, man. What you doing? You're throwing pearls before swine. Philip, what you doing? There are Scott drug report in this country that talking about drugs since 1975. You want to talk about drugs now? You want to talk about maritime security wall now? You want to talk about unstuffing container now? 42 years later? Philip, what you doing, boy? Philip, what's your plan? What's your real plan? What's your real plan? DLP become ULF, become UNC. Same Indian politics. PNM stand firm. Afro politics. Half the country one way, the other half the other way. You has nothing to get. You has nothing to get. What you really doing, boy? We like it so. We like it so. We only know massa and slave. That is all we know. And if you get to be a nice house Negro, if you get to be where the light skins asleep, well, you're nice. What you doing, Philip? What you doing in this? Cockroach have no place in foul business. What you doing in this, Philip? You with your Progressive Empowerment Party, where are you going? Where are you going with that? Where are you going with that? You think people really leaving their racism? Look at them today. Look at them today. They're telling you Rowley is the problem, bring back Kamala. Kamala. Where you going, Philip? Where you going? You think a man with the reputation hanging over his head that Keith Rowley had could have made prime minister in this country if it wasn't for racism? Where you going? You think you could unpad the votes in Diego Martin West? Where you going? 20,000 votes in Diego Martin West living in public housing. Where you think you're really going, brother? Where you going? We gonna laugh with you and skin with you. We gonna tell you, boy, you're bright. You're real bright. You're probably the brightest we hear pass through so far. Your ideas, boy. Psst. Right a book, we gonna buy it. It's second time. Listen, I'm telling all your shit I hear in whole week, you know. Philip, where you going? Where you going with this? Indian people are voting for you, no, Philip. They gonna bring roti for you, they gonna bring pepper sauce for you, but they're going back by Darumai. They're going right back, Philip. Pandey had them under his thumb. Now Kamala have them. Then she go pass them on to Rudal to jam after jam after jam. Even the young generation, don't fool yourself, you know. They're bright. They have degrees. They have degrees upon degrees. They know all kind of things. And they're still going back and vote race. Why? Because of Kobo P on Trinidad and Tobago. And don't let nobody fool you. Because Tobagonians not stupid, you know. Tobagonians are not stupid people. Tobagonians come from a long, rich history. And Tobagonians know what Tobago was before Tobago was made a ward of Trinidad and Tobago. Before they linked the two islands. When they couldn't figure out 26 times war fight over Tobago. You all know that? Before people knew what Trinidad was, 26 wars was fought over Tobago. Tobago was the pearl of the Caribbean. Tobagonians know where they come from. Tobagonians know. But they're stupid so. Because they're watching their island fall into the sea. They're watching one by one their brothers sell out, shut down, give up, and shackle themselves into THA slavery. 67% of the island getting a direct salary from the Tobago House of Assembly. But 60% of the budget being used for bullshit like Milshiv. Now, my partner Colin Hamilton, my real horse, David Ramjohn, he's part of the advisory team, trying to help me not say bullshit. And I want to say bullshit more. I want you all to understand. I'm not running for nothing. So I'll bullshit to my heart's content. And to the people who are asking me if I don't care about the little children learning to say bullshit, I want the children to say bullshit from now. I want to emancipate their little minds so they don't grow up stupid like their parents. I want 9 and 10-year-olds to watch Rowley and tell them, boy, miss me with that bullshit. Kamala, you and Rudal coming back here? Come now, man. Oh, they have so much balls, they have more balls than a ball. How you could come back now? After you take little check bouncing contractor and make him billionaire with Trinidad dollar and pretending you ain't know and you ain't see, but senior cabinet ministers getting house paid for with UNC contractor checkbook. Come now, man. Come now, man. Kamala and Rudal, miss me with your bullshit tonight. We need a commission of inquiry into the HDC. That's what we need. Fixing TNT, Kirkwaite, I dare you. Join me in that call. Join me in a call, Kirkwaite, for a commission of inquiry into the HDC. But come back, we're going, Philip. Look, your show is entertaining. You know who's watch your show? Trinidadians who get bright, who get fed up, and who leave. The rest of Trinidadians all in the corner. The copy and paste, watch a prime minister tonight. Call a press conference to tell the public, you have no right to know. In a nation where Ish Galbaransing and Steve Ferguson, together with about 15 other co-conspirators, one including Den, was a former PNM Attorney General, and one was a then UNC Minister of Finance, gang up on this nation and stole over $1 billion to build a cowshed of an airport. But Ish and Steve, and you have to talk about Ish and Steve, because the director of public prosecutions in this country spent over $100 million, $100 million, trying to prosecute two men who all we had to do was extradite them because they're co-conspirators in the States. Get catch, get prosecuted, get jailed, get fined, turn state's evidence and admit to the whole crime. But this banana republic, we don't have a court in this land that could have extradited them. Jack, no, he ain't going nowhere. The whole of FIFA, they could build a FIFA jail. Jack Warner ain't going nowhere. Dupre going anywhere? Dupre going end up back with Clico. Philip, what you doing, boy? You really know what you're doing? Eh? They have a little short man, Syrian boy. Harness a couple $100 million questionable dollars. Pump it into the PNM for the blackest man in Trinidad and Tobago to become Prime Minister. Keith Rowley is a jackass, and to say that is to insult jackasses. Keith Rowley is a nasty liar, a deceitful, double-tongued son of a bitch, and the worst thing that could ever have happened to this country is that Keith Rowley and his bandit clan have seized power. They seized power, and he told you tonight, you can't ask me no question. You can't ask me no question. We thief the money. We thief it. You can't stop we. And McCarthy tell you, PNM McCarthy tell you 35 years ago, all of we thief. You want to come and question me about my band? You know how hard it worked. You know how much work that was for 5 years to take bullshit from Roger and Abdullah? You can imagine having to put up with David Abdullah nonsense for 5 years. You can imagine having to put up with Roger. Then Rowley sit down and meeting after meeting with them two jackass. Them two self-serving jackass riding labor back, but forget them. Them ain't not important. You think Rowley and his bandit clan, you know how much work it was to lie about Emailgate? Ken Gordon, from scrap, built a career second to none. And in one evening, the reverse King Midas, King Rowley, went to his house in Newberry Hill and destroyed the man's legacy. Ken Gordon, for all that he's done with his life, and he's done a lot. To all of you who could listen to multiple radio stations tonight and watch multiple television stations, Ken Gordon do that. He fight for that, and I know. It's because of Ken Gordon newspapers was getting newsprint to print when the PNM was fighting them. I know. And for all he do, build the Express, create TV6, broaden and deepen the democracy, he make one jackass move. He meet with Keith Rowley. But you know, you couldn't blame him because Section 34 wasn't a lie. Section 34 wasn't a lie. And Kamla didn't go to jail. Kamla Prasad Bisesa was supposed to be prosecuted, charged, and jailed. But she wasn't. Neither was Anand Ramlogan or Herbert Volney. All those who were involved. Even Prakash Ramadhan. Saint hands, clean heart, pure mind. Even he named their call. Section 34, where a government used the highest, most sacred office in the land to write a fraudulent law to free Ish and Steve. Well, fire burn fire truck in me. And Trini Daly putting out today an eclipse Kamla Farowley. Miss me with that bullshit, friend. You've always had fire, jumping out, frying pan into fire, into frying pan into fire. You've never made a proper choice. You've never made a decent choice. You've never made a right choice. You, Trinidad and Tobago, and every black child walking through this country right now with hungry belly, only growing up to become car thief and bandit for police to shoot, all you choose that. All you choose that. And if you're down in the country and you have no electricity, you have no water, and you have no pavement, and they flood in your ass, coming and going, mosquito biting you, alligator in your yard, you vote for that. You choose that. And Tobago, take jam, you know. Take jam. Because I'm telling you, all still I get fed up yet. If Tobago had get fed up, Tobago would have shut down coal. Trinidad are fed up. I drive down the road last night, every KFC, only want a bad talk Christian Muti and talk 1%. 1% my half red ass. Trinidad have more KFC than any country in the world. Only jam up in KFC. Like KFC is, they call it Prestige Holdings for a reason. It's a symbol of prestige to black Trinidadians. We had KFC for dinner. Yes, what you having, baby? I say, that's we. A nation of fools. We doing this. The Kobo may have peed on us, but we bathe with it. We bathe with it. All you want me to come and lie to you and blow high-grade smoke up your ass every night? You think I have the time, the length, or the inclination for that? Look cricket playing. Look eclipse in the sky. Look balls rolling in the street. Distract we ass. And Carib laughing at all you. Sabga laughing at all you. They catch the girl with your leg in the air. Carib make a ad with your leg in the air. Eclipse, Carib eclipse in. Fireburn, all you stupid, all you foolish. We laughing all the way to the bank. You talking 1%. 1%. You know what is 1%. You think you have any idea? You're making a fool of yourself. You're making a mockery of the talk. All playing, all you're fed up and all you want better. We plan to do fit. Sit down and click like. The video have 550 people on it. If every single one of you right now were moved to click share, that will go up to 5,000. Or to click share, one move of a mouse or a button. You even move to do that. Fire Chuck Philip. And I have friends up to their waist and shit that know for certain that if I get the opportunity, I will fix it. But just for spite and bad mind, they will choose to be up to their waist in shit. As we cover pee and then we bathe in it. We save some for tomorrow. We save some Kobo P for tomorrow. And you're buying Express and you're buying Guardian and you're saying, lie to we. Tell me what to think. How to feel. This how I feeling today? Thank you. Thank you. Because you're saying you want a better country, but that is bullshit talk. All the doctors and the lawyers who go into work tonight shift, if all you don't walk out that shift, stop messaging me. I can't bring blood bottles for you. I can't bring gauze. I can't bring needles. You could. Shut it the fire truck down. The cooks get their food. The cooks went on strike and get their food. So what? All the degree, all you have, all you so stupid. I have a police partner. Look at De La Puerta. They kill a man. I make joke and call them One Eye, Twist Foot, Birdman. All three names I call dead. And I pull them out of the sky. Birdman dead this morning. They say One Eye dead last night. Madness. Total and complete madness. We in a country where people like Stuart Young family had to watch Stuart Young and know the legacy of the family and think, well, maybe we go jump up high. So let me take the little embarrassment for a change. Because this is a nation that cannot find one wealthy person whose wealth is not built on some crime, on some illegal, immoral, or unethical act. Not one. How disgusting is that? That the entire front of the church, of the mosque, of the temple is littered with criminals that only getting to walk around and play high society because they're living in a country where police can't pronounce them thing. So Chamber of Commerce and Lodge and Mason and all these little back rooms get together, stroke one another and gang up and rape this nation. To all the people who have been raped that don't want me to use the word rape, you have to turn me off. Because they have no other word to describe what is done to this nation every single day. Trinidadians wake up, get dressed, walk out their house and play a game. Let's see who raping me first. This is a nation where the police service staged a coup and called it a day of total policing. They have nobody to bring them to justice. This is a country where the Law Association told the Chief Justice, nobody have confidence in you. And he said to ask mess with all you are not moving. Your Prime Minister told the nation today, because he understands the entire country is aware that his cabinet tried to steal money disguised as a seafaring service. Because tonight we know that Bridgeman's Trinidad, the thing they're trying to hide from and talk about procurement, tell him, miss me with your bullshit. I don't care who went for the Cabo Star. I don't care who went for the Ocean Flower. I don't care who went for the forehand massage. I want to know who owned Bridgeman's Trinidad Limited. I want to know who Rohan gave the contract to, because they have a little short man, big head Syrian. I want his name to call. I want to see that little short man, big head Syrian make a jail. He is who I go in for. And the rest of the Syrian community who asking me to ease up, I ain't easing up, because that little short man, big head Syrian boy need to make a jail, because he and his wife is too crook. Too crook. And I feel sorry for the wife, mother, and all she sisters, because they're decent people. And all the children had to watch mommy and daddy as two successful bandits in the Royal Imperial Majestic Banana Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. And tell we now where to go, who to call. We write in letters day and night. Integrity Commission. We write in everybody. We write in, we want to know. We write in the Commissioner of Police. We write in the DPP. We write in Transparency International. We want to dig up Mother Teresa and hand she a letter to. Who the hell do you write in Trinidad and Tobago and say, look, crookedness taking place. Look, they're thieving with money. Look, the poor people can't get medicine, can't get bed, can't get bed sheet, can't get food, can't get road, can't get lights, can't get water. But this son of a bitch and his bandit clan meeting in Peter George restaurant in St. Clair to plan how to build a $5 billion highway to Toku that not one jackass in this country need. To go and build a port on the windward side of the island. Could I PNM style for you? It don't have to have brain. It don't have to make sense. It just have to share money. Like Magdalena Grand, a money pit, a sinkhole. It changed hands 3 times, and the only thing still keeping it from falling in the sea is people money, taxpayer money. Because it's a bullshit project designed to fail from the start. From the start. So now we're going to do it again. We're going to build a port at the roughest water in Trinidad and Tobago. And we're going to spend $10 billion for that. And we're going to spend $5 billion to build a road. And when we're done, some contractors who was in school book and short pants before going to be billionaires, sipping Moe and liming in Siam and saying, look, we nice, eh? Watch we. Who do we go to? Who do we call? Who do we say, look, ratted fuckery taking place in my land. Look, all the treasury money getting stolen. Look at they. Look, bandits they. Who do you turn to? His Excellency the President. The only powers he has is to rubber stamp what the Prime Minister does. The cabinet is a gang of hand-picked people that the Prime Minister pulls in with him. Rohan Sinanan, on behalf of the cabinet, gave a contract to Bridgeman's Trinidad Limited, and to this day, neither Keith Christopher Mugabe Rowley or Rohan Shortman Sinanan could explain to this nation who owns Bridgeman's and who did he give the contract to. I do not care about anything else. I want that answered. I want to know who owns Bridgeman's. Keith Rowley, do you own Bridgeman's? Is it you? Who owns it, Keith? Why you ducking? Why you hiding it? Why you trying to distract and deflect and misdirect the nation with bullshit? Who owns it? Who did Shortman Sinanan give the contract to? We need to know. We need to know. Because if we cannot fix this, if we cannot extradite Ish and Steve, if we cannot prosecute and charge Dupre, if we cannot go and pick up all of them office holders who found themselves into the feeding frenzy into Clico after the bailout and jail them too, Colm partners and Kamala partners, if we can't deal with that, we have nowhere to go. A nation of 1.3 million fighting to be house Negro. Like me now. Pull me in now. Bouncer, I know so and so. I just drink with you. Let me in now. A bagass. Your Prime Minister called a press conference tonight to give you a crocus bag of ass. And the media say, he said, write it down. Write it down. People stupid. They go buy the Guardian anyway. The Express lie to me. Tell me how to think. Tell me how to feel. Tell me. Pander to me. Keith Rowley tell you. You have no interest. You have no right to know nothing. What we thief, we thief. What we thief, we thief. You can't tell we nothing. They have nobody for you to tell on we. They have nobody. There is nobody. Commissioner Williams missing in action. You have to call the police to find the police. Who you going to tell? Who you going to tell? But all they messaging me. All they messaging me and Bussin' Mark. I look like I want to be Bussin' Mark. That is for Rowley and them jackass. Stuart Young. That's not my role. My role is to wake all you up and tell you go and look in the blasted mirror. Stop spending your money supporting the 1%. If you're bad talking the 1%, at least have some decency about yourself. That is a split personality. You can't be bad talking a man and then line up in the business to give him money. Choose one. Choose a struggle. But all you need to understand, the power of this nation is in your vote. That is the democratic power. That is the political power. That is what Darumai waiting on. Darumai and crew, them know how to come to you with a policy. All it is ask Philip, where are you getting your financing from? Philip, what's your programs? What's your plans? What's your policy? Who does measure your inseam when you go by the tailor? But Darumai and Rudal will tell you nothing. Not at all. Them just had to wait and take the default vote. We voted against Rowley to put back the Kamala who we vote against and put Rowley in the first place. Jackass. Jackassery. Jackassery. We, Trinidad and Tobago, if jackassness was ever made an Olympic sport, every year we take in the gold. Nobody else want to run. We just look to see all the worst things. Who is the most corrupt nation? Who is the most violent nation? Who is the most disgusting place to live? All we top in the charts. We top in the charts. All you feel this easy, dressing up in orange, going and shake hands. And you think I come to lie to you? I tell all I want opposition in the party. I want none. My role is warrior in chief. My role is to fight them sons of bitches, and I'm going to fight them with every breath I have in my body. And I want to tell you, my Syrian brothers, all your bandits are going to make sure by the time you're done, even if you get away with the money, your name is mud in this country. I promise you that. I promise you that. And I'm waiting, I'm waiting because I'm telling you why. This is a nation where it is easier to thief than it is to call name for thief. It's easier to thief. Billions. They have more law to go after people who exposing thief than they actually have laws against thieving. And I have people from both sides, PNM and UNC, sending me information on each other, as if that is my role in the national conversation. But we're going to run out of time, We, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, there will come a time I will shut my red ass up. If I realize it have nowhere to go, I'll shut up. All you want, jam, take jam. Who is me? I get into positions already where a man beating his wife, and I try to separate him from his wife, and she hit me, leave her husband. And I say to the audience, we like the abuse. If that song I played for you at the start of this video is 47 years old, saying the same thing, that means they had people, when that song came out, who were teenagers, who in their 60s now, and nothing changed. 2 boom, come and go. 2 boom. More money than we could have spent in 200 years. They say pass through Trinidad like a dose of salts. Cindy, don't tell me light them up if you're not lighting them up. This is not a light up show. It's not them are lighting up, it's you. Because if you and all of you not taking action, massive action to rescue your own country, fire truck me, forget me. Forget me. But we'll get what we're looking for, you know. All who feel Venezuela happened overnight, take Andrews for that feeling, you know. 25 years ago, Venezuela was supposed to be marching, but they're playing appeasement and house Negro games. Venezuela was trying to explain Chavez. They're still trying to explain Chavez in a nation that have so much money. You think our banksters is a joke? So there is a war between banksters and poor people that destroyed our country. A corrupt class, so corrupt, second only to the Royal Imperial Majestic Banana Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Do what the hell you like, land. Here, at least in Venezuela, you might get investigated. Here, you got a government position. Here, you got a Senate seat. Here, you get appointed to a state board. Tell me where we going, Trinidad and Tobago. Where we going? Where we going? We have journalists, columnists, writers, talking heads. I mean, Gregory Aboud this morning, not this morning, it was yesterday, I had to tell him, I said, well, you are the biggest jackass in this country. Every time you open your mouth, Gregory Aboud, head of DOMA, you just make me sick. You are such a selfish, self-serving son of a bitch. And it is only because you end up with some money that your daddy gave you, that the copy and paste media still gave you a little notice. Telling Tobago to pay for their own ferry, but you want the state to pay for parking because you build your business out into the parking lots that the law requires that your business provide. Yes, you all your sons of bitches are nothing but nasty hypocrites. Do so, don't like so. All they want Tobago pay for their own ferry. I'm talking about Tobago getting $5 billion a year. All you know what percentage of our oil fields are around Tobago? That if Tobago left Trinidad, how much of our natural gas we lose? You all have any clue, any idea? Stick a fire trucking pen in that. We don't need to know. We don't need to care. We don't need to say. But if all you feel that Tobago need Trinidad, let Tobago go now. See who come out better in that deal. Barbados dollar on par with the USA, and Tobago will get there so quick if they had to drag Trinidad along. Trust me when I tell you that. Tobago is 6 miles wide, you know. One man with a tractor could mow the whole lawn. Tobago easy to maintain. You don't need all the bullshit that's going on in Tobago to run Tobago. THA is Syrian paradise. Go and ask Rahal about Milchev. What Rahal do with Milchev should be taught in universities. It should be taught in universities. That is how you do corruption, brother. If you didn't know before, that's it. Corruption 101, the first lesson, Tobago, Milchev. How a man take a piece of land, sell it to a country, rent it back for peppercorn money, borrow money from the country to build a building, build the building and rent it to the same country. Or they think all they have brain. They have people in this country importing cloth in this country. All you hear about under-invoicing. Let me tell you about over-invoicing. Man bringing in cloth for $1 a yard, marking it up $100 a yard on the port, and paying duty for and VAT for $100 a yard and claiming that back. All you think all you're bright. All you know about bright. All you know about bright. There are ambulance service in this country, charging this nation for 74 ambulance and putting 22 ambulance on the road. All you think all you're bright. You think you're bright? You know about bright. You know about bright. To my partner who just sent me the main contact for Bridgemans, I have that information. And he is not the owner. He is the next fall guy. His time coming soon. And I know that. But it's not he I'm looking for. I'm going to dig deep till I bounce up somebody named Rowley, Sinanan, Al-Rawi, Gabriel. Them fellas I'm looking for. And I ain't stopping till I find it. Because there's rotted banditry going on in this country. And if they have nobody willing to stand up, then fuck it, I will. I will. And to those of you who think that upset you, switch me off. Because you're clapping when Eddie Murphy do it. So if you're looking for a COP to lie on you, piss on your back, tell you rain falling, wrong party. At least for me. At least for me. It's steering you to the Progressive Empowerment Party. It's doing a lot of good work. I don't necessarily have to be anything in anybody's party. This nation needs to wake up, and people need to stop fixing their own self. Stop serving themselves. Stop feathering the nest. Stop jumping in things looking for position. Stop making deals so that you could get more money. Oh Christ, man, how much is enough? How much is enough? You have a country being run by two men suffering from short man syndrome, and next one with Peter Pan syndrome, and the fourth, the blackest man in the nation, had to keep telling himself that. He seemed to be fighting the color of his skin, unsure of his role, told the nation 3 times to remember he is the prime minister. As Tyrion Lannister said, brother, any king who has to say he is king is no real king. But we play we want to fix this country. We talk that bullshit. That is nonsense for Facebook. That is for likes and shares. We not serious. We not ready to sacrifice. We not ready to take jamming. We belly must be full, brother. And Friday night, hold your politics. Bears on the avenue. Saturday, I can't come Saturday. We have cruise. And Sunday is DDI. Monday night, we go check your back, Phil. Or look at hold the thing till then. I nearly didn't do a video tonight. I didn't want to do a video tonight. I wasn't in the mood. And everybody told me, you have to do a video. So, here I am. No bullshit. This is a no bullshit zone tonight. Look in the mirror. Ask yourself, A, what am I doing that makes things worse in Trinidad? And B, what am I doing to make things better? Because if you find out that you only could get a license if you bribe the licensing officer and you pay the bribe, you and he is the same crook, you know. You and he is the same crook. You can't blame him for facilitating your crookedness. At best, he exposed you for the crook that you are. If you didn't walk out of that licensing office and go to the police station, and if the police officer didn't take your report, go to the police complaints authority now to report the police officer. And if the police complaints authority don't deal with your matter, start a protest. You see, it may sound like a lot of work, and Trinidadians may set up for that. But we shortcutologists. We want a 10 days work with 1 day's work and 20 days pay. That is we. Syrian running this country, prime minister is this stooge. That is a thing, Bernice. You think that is it? You think that is it? You want to blame them? If you put yourself in the lion den and the lion eats you, who to blame? Lion doing what lioness do? Yeah? And if you think it's only Syrian make corruption dollars in this country, they have PNM ministers who had bought up Santa Cruz one mountain at a time. They have Indian people in this country who had buy up land all the way down the highway to sell it back to the UNC. You get the heads up. The same thing happening in Toko right now for the $5 billion highway to Toko. A nation when we're done. You ever see Easter Island? Easter Island, the two tribes fight each other to build these heads called moais. And they build moais till they run out of everything on the island. Till they run out of water, till they run out of trees. They used up all the resources. When they were done, there was nowhere for birds to land, no birds to bring food. Everybody died. So the nation, the land still exists. Easter Island, standing up with two sets of moais, watching each other, solid stone, not a tree on the island, and everybody dead. Trinidad head in there, you know. Highways to hell, boy. Highways to hell. PNM there, they go build highway in the corridor. UNC there, they go build highway to south. And both of them go tell you, oh God, the children late for school. They go tell you, build a school in the community and make that school functional so the child don't have to be on a highway 4 o'clock in the morning. They can't tell you that kind of jackassery because that would make too much sense. So they have to play games and games. So children leaving to come to school 4 o'clock in the morning when they could be going to school 3 houses down. Now you tell me, where are we going? Where are we going? What to say again to a nation that is so stupid that we move prisoners every morning and every evening when it will be 1% of the cost of moving those prisoners to build a court outside? I'm saying that to you enough time that it could have been done and saved us hundreds of millions of dollars. We have a nation, when you drive down the road now, all you see in going down the highway, where when I was a little boy, they used to have cane. Now they have cineplexes and strip malls. We have the head office of Ashley Furniture. You know what Ashley Furniture is? Ashley Furniture is chipboard and tape that look like wood, tape up on the top, to come to third world countries like Trinidad and sell you all that shit and pretend this furniture. One piece of wet and it mash up and it gone. Or 2 termites could eat it in a night and you can't understand where your hard-earned money get gone. But tradesmen and craftsmen who doing real woodwork in the country, them can't get sales. Because you go in and line up in the mall to buy it from courts and pay it on hire purchase. Because with people, you want to see the yellow truck pull up outside your house so your neighbors could peek. Kobo P and we save Kobo P for any day that things going good, rub up some on ourselves. That's us. A nation so stupid. You see the size of what courts bill in Trinidad. You sit down on it twice and it's time to change. Your children hungry, nothing put aside for their future or their schooling. But you're inside courts and your credit is saying, well, yeah, you could take more. Take more. You have more furniture than you know what to do with. And your rim spinning. Jackasses. The next man own the land and the house you're living in. But your furniture shiny. And you're going and buy that oil and you're rubbing it down. My mother used to do that when we were small. Why everything had to shine so much? The furniture. Was that oil they used to put on it? We, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, we need to understand that everything that's wrong in this country, we do. Stop blaming people. Stop blaming people. If you want to talk about who rich and you line up to give them your money, use the jackass, not them. They're right to take it. They're right. Because you're not ready. Tobago not ready. Tobago was to shut Tobago down. And Trinidadians was to stand in solidarity with Tobago, but we're full of shit. We, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, the Royal Imperial Majestic Banana Republic, all are we that come from all these different boats, Syrian, Chinese, Indian, Negro, white, wherever we is, full of shit. All of we line up waiting for a chance to thief too. That's we. That's all your legacy. And own it. Own freaking that. Because the hospital can't be the way it is if everybody wasn't taking bribe. And if everybody wasn't thieving. Down to the nurses who thieving supplies to take home. And the people in the kitchen who thieving the food to take home. And the doctors who thieving medical supplies and equipment to take home. And the hospital administrators and the regional health authorities that only letting suppliers come who paying bribe on the side. All they do it too. It couldn't happen just with one man. So stop pretending. Everybody you see in this country, ask them, are you fighting for Trinidad or against it? Ask them. We have no money. We have no US. We're in a recession. But they have nowhere else to park foreign used car and brand new car. The important, we have 800,000 cars on the road for 1.3 million people. How is that possible? How is that possible? 800,000 cars. As drive a bounce up van, I could drive what I want. As drive a bounce up van. Enough women just run me down right now. I want a woman running me down for my car. Half them fellas who buy Mercedes-Benz, BMW and Range Rover don't know how to speak to a woman. So they want to take them for a drive and touch the leg. This country is in need of deep psychological help. Deep psychological help. We need counseling. We need people to sit down with us and tell us, slavery done. Stop being a slave. Stop selling your black brothers into slavery. Indentureship done. Stop dragging that chain. There are no collar on your neck anymore. They don't pay in rum anymore, so stop drinking. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. We, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, need to wake up. And I don't know if that can happen organically. I don't know if it can happen with 739 people watching my video. I don't know. Maybe we out of time. Maybe we out of time. Maybe none of these plans, policies, programs, ideas matter. Maybe we destined to fail as a nation. Maybe that is our role. Some people could be an example, others could be a warning. Maybe Trinidad was born to be a warning to other nations what not to be. People ask me all the time, why do you defend yourself what they say about you? I could give two ass. Look at the same jackasses who bad talking me. Dane Wilson make an ass of himself again. Now he hiding again. And corned beef man. Oh shit man. You give a dying child some money and you're fighting for props. Have some decency now man. Go and ride on the amusement park that paying rent to operate in the land that you say you get from the government to build a mosque and school. Go and do that now man. And stop making an ass of yourself and the whole Muslim religion in this country. Stop it now. But for me to take them on, but they could say more. They could say more. I ain't thief one apple, I thief four. They could say what they like. They could say what they like. I'm starting to realize that it ain't making a difference. So they could say what they want. They could say what they want. I'm not a drunk. I don't have a set of outside children all over the place showing up. And that's just two of your leaders. Imagine you had at an election in this country a drunk, a rapist, and an international icon of crookedness, bid rigging, graft, and corruption. And those were your leadership candidates. One man was accused in the parliament of being a rapist. A whole government was accused in the parliament of plotting to kill Denise Wren, a journalist. Kill she to shut she up. And we in Trinidad and Tobago line up tonight in KFC. Waiting for the Messiah, the Savior, Half want Moses law, the other want Sharia law. None of them that calling for them law could stand scrutiny under them laws. Not one. This is a country of crooks, criminals, bandits, con men, and con artists. And we calling for things that we can't handle, you know. Too much truth tonight, Philip. They ain't gonna want to hear that. Haul your ass. Who is you? Where you going with this? Leave we alone, now, man. We like it so. We jamming still. We are jamming still. The treasury could burn down. We jamming still. This nation just took taxpayers' money to fund a frolic into a great race because the Syrian who used to fund it before realized I could still get all the mileage, still make all the sales, still get all the money, and let the state sponsor it instead. And all of we there waving flag. Oh God, look at that boat. I don't watch cricket. I don't want to watch anything to do with sports in this country because all of it is crookedness and banditry. When you go down the islands in Trinidad, every other house, ask yourself how to get ownership title to it. Go down in the yacht club and watch billions of dollars of boats and see who could explain how they come to have that. And listen, they manage with the defense, you know. We provided a service. If the government paid more than they should have, well, the government should have done their due diligence. That's it. If she get raped, she could have hold on she could. And this is a nation that blames victims. And the country is a victim. Our highest classes in this country have ganged up, conspired, held the country down and raped it. So all the money that should be in a fund somewhere, hundreds of billions of dollars, saved for a rainy day, when oil and gas are a memory, they're not there. They're in other people's accounts. Man who children buying Rolls Royce in foreign land with your money, and your child can't eat, and you're in KFC tonight, you're in Subway. What you want on it? Not olive oil. We have that now. We in rituals, a tropical nation. Starbucks rich, you know why? Because we's jackass. We's jackass. We drinking so much coffee in this country. Why? Because we in style. We in style. We in Wi-Fi. Doing freaking what? Making asses of ourselves. And the people who making all the money laughing all the way to the bank. Because you're spending your hard-earned money on bullshit. And they're taking your hard-earned money and investing it in more opportunities to come and take more from you. And you, like a jackass, they giggling and gleeful. I hear that 3 East Indian journalists being bedded by the financier of the PNN. And all of them feel the nicer than the next one. No shame, no decency, no class. Not one of them has shame, decency, or class. And that don't matter. In this country, who bullying you? That's important. That's important. This is a nation desperately in need of counseling and psychological help. What do you think we're going to come and do on these videos at night? Tell you about decentralize the health system and make all schools prestige schools, and like magic it will happen. You have to get involved. You have to make sure that the standard that you want for yourself and your children is the highest. And by the way you live your life, the things that you do, what you give your attention to, what you give your power to, what you give your money to, what you give your time to, those things. Because the next generation, they're looking and they're watching. What is important? What is important? Mommy, daddy, the kitchen empty. Don't worry, we will go KFC. This country boasts. We boast. We actually boast that we eat more KFC than any other country in the world. Like somehow, that's something to boast about. We boast about that. We are laughed at. Courts built that building to laugh at you. We have courts, fens, standards, American stores, all them selling is furniture, laughing at you. Because you're spending so much money. Furniture used to be something that you take your time and you acquire, one piece at a time. So properly bought and cared for, it lasts 100 years. And you pass it from family member to family member. And you know who gets in the dining room table when you pass on. And who gets in the couch and who gets in the beds and whatever. But they built to last. You're buying bullshit. Chipboard, pressboard, worse than plywood. And you're buying it, and you're going home and you're rubbing it down with Ocida. And you're bringing the neighbors in to see. Nice, eh? I buy it by fence this morning in Marabella. We buying brands that the real brand owners don't know exist. Assembled in Panama. And like jackasses, we wearing it proud. With twists. Somebody sent me once, and I will never forget. I went to a store in Chin City Mall. My partner owned the store, so I thought I was safe, but I wasn't. Because your mind could play tricks on you. And I bought a belt, and when I flipped it over, I saw the word genuine. And I went home with it, but I didn't realize is that the word leather was missing. What I bought was a genuine belt. He didn't lie. It just wasn't a genuine leather belt. And he will never get a chance again. He will never get that chance again. I must be one of the people that take the queen face off the dollar for. I don't spend a bad dollar. If I buying something, I will come back in your store 5 times over the course of about 2 weeks to look at that same table. I will go and find versions of it online. Work out how much it will cost to ship, if I could wait or if I could afford or what. I will go and look in other competing stores. When I go to buy my laptop, I have a MacBook Pro that I bought from Wright Enterprises 8 years ago. I am on my 3rd screen. I have changed the speakers. I have changed the trackpad. Still firing. On all cylinders. Modified to the max, and she good and I good. I will spend my money on things that will last, that I could pass on, that I could share, that I could properly enjoy. And none of the things that I buy is to show off. None. This shirt I wear, I buy it from Benetton. Must be about 8 years ago. I still take care of stuff. I'd rather be in the latest. I am the latest. You can't fool me and tell me wear your name and I better. I good enough good now. I better than good already. Your brand could make me better. I want to wear Puff Daddy name or J-Lo or whoever else the jackasses all they're running down now. The reason I want to buy this in Benetton is because I could tell the cloth is quality. I used to buy my Trinidad and Tobago t-shirts from a souvenir store on Independence Square. They used to see me once, sometimes twice a year. I'd go in there and buy 8, 10, 12 shirts. You know the shirts you see me wearing with Trinidad and Tobago crest. Somebody in that organization got the bright idea to cheapen the quality of the jersey. So 2 wash and it fall apart. The other ones used to last. I stopped going there. I don't know if they realized that they've lost this customer. I told them twice the quality of the shirt has changed. I won't go back. If they call me to say, okay, we've gone back to a proper quality supplier, I'll come back and you'll get me twice a year again. Because the only brand I ever want to have on me must say Trinidad and Tobago, if it don't say Philip Edward Alexander. Because my brand's strong enough for me. I bought tires from Mileage Mac 3 years ago. Them tires don't want to quit. I want to write down the name of them tires. I drive plenty and go by Christian McKenzie and tell him, you see this This is the brand of tires I buy every time I come. And I want to tell you something. I plan to be, by the time I am retired, I plan to make sure I can take care of myself. I ain't looking for no government $3,000 a month to go and argue with Superfarm. I don't want that. I like good food. And it doesn't have to be branded either. I tell you all, my favorite roti shop is a little 2x4 hole in the wall in Santa Cruz. But I know that that's the best roti that you could buy in Trinidad. And it's some of the best food that you could buy. And I'm telling you all of this because I'm trying to get you to understand. They say a home is for free expression, not for good impression. If you're catching your ass and your friends can't know, then they're your friends. If you're catching your ass and you have to lie to your family, them and your family. Catch ass is something that you share. Catch ass is something that you say with pride. I'm catching my ass right now. But I have a plan and I'm working at it. I know we have a dining room table, but I see one and I went to check it 4 times. I'm still making up my mind. Catch your ass with pride. Save your money and spend it wisely. Stop making billionaires out of people who laugh at you for your foolishness, who will not buy from themselves what you are buying with pride from them. Stop it. Stop trying to impress people who you do not know. For what? For what? I have a tailor that I go by if my jeans rip. And he will fix it. Because I will get full value for that jeans. And I don't care who need to wear the chain hanging low. I do not own one single item of jewelry. Not one. The last thing I bought was a watch for myself. My father liked it. I took it off and I gave it to him. He now wears it with pride. I do not own one chain, one ring, one bracelet, because I think of how would a gorilla look with a diamond ring on his hand. And as stupid as he looks is as stupid as I look to take up a piece of metal from in the ground and pretend that somehow it determines who I am. My value. People like me. He wearing brands. He driving a Bimmer. Ooh. Miss me with that bullshit. I like that I'm extremely intelligent, that few could debate me. Fewer still could trip me up. I like that if I don't know it now, I know how to go and find out, so the next time we talk, I know it better. I like that I could debate with the top and the bottom and show respect to all and still come away with my point and could even learn a little more. I like all of that. I like that everything that I'm doing right now, nobody has to pay me for it. I like that I do not need a government work. I'm glad that I could say it to Trinidad without fear of contradiction. I have no interest in the Prime Minister work. I have no interest in any government job. I do not want to be a government minister. If you insist on putting me in public office, know that it will be a bullshit-free zone and we will undo and redo everything. We will fire all non-performers. We will sponsor snow cone donuts and juice for Watson Duke and Ansel Roger and their marching band. March till all you're dead. March. If it's not working, undo, shut it down, redo. If it serves no purpose to Trinidad and Tobago, shut it down, sell it. End the hemorrhaging, stop the bullshit, fix the country, put the money to work for the people. And all them little fiefdoms, all them little chamber of commerce and manufacturer association and lodge and backroom and unions and political parties and all the bullshitologists could haul their ass. The money that belongs to this country must be put to work for all the people. Who don't like that? What to tell you? Take a song, let me wrap it up. Share it, don't share it. Tell them, don't tell them. Line up in KFC. Line up in Rituals. Line up in Subway. Line up. Line up. Line up in the bar. How much for the day? $42. Give me 2. The girl she with me, she want a pina colada. How much? 98. Give me. Catching your ass to make that money. Marshall, good! 900 tickets! Catching your ass the parent. You cannot say to yourself that others are to blame when at the end of the week and at the end of the month you are taking your hard-earned money and spending it on bullshit when no Fed could pass. You see Carnival 2018, all you want to change Trinidad and Tobago, do not buy a costume. Do not buy a single Carnival Fed ticket. Shut it down. And it's not tribe and them you go hurt, you know. It's Angostura and Carib. The real notice go happen then. Because that is when people will say, wait, no man, Chinese vex. But you all have to be willing to stand for yourself. You have to be willing to stand up. You have to be willing to say, you know what? I don't go in none of them Fed. Don't wear white, don't wear black, don't wear green, don't wear blue. Don't give me instructions. I wear the ass I want. I go where I want. Trini women, enjoy your carnival. Don't spend no money on no band. Don't go in nobody party. Leave all of them holding. Let all of them bust hundreds of millions of dollars. Bust them all. Show them the power of the consumer in this country. Make Carnival a point. Bring back old time days. Organize your rhythm section. Organize your blockos. Organize your house parties. Line together. You see the idea of Monday wear made a mockery of the whole thing. So now you're buying a costume and you're buying Monday wear too. They ain't providing you with a costume anymore. And you're taking that. Line up for the Carnival costume. How much? 10,000 front line. Give me Island Finance. Who like we like we? This is the only video for the week. That's why it's going a little longer. I am not doing another video till next week, Monday. This one, watch it over and over. Watch it over and over. Love me or hate me. Inside this video is pure, unmitigated truth. To some of you who like your bullshit soft and runny, this is not for you. This is not for you. This is not for you. Those who could barely afford to make ends meet, can't pay rent, can't pay water bill, can't pay TNT, but you're paying Island Finance every month for last year's costume, and you can't wait to finish so you can borrow again to buy a next front line. $15,000 for feathers and a panty, making an ass of yourself for the whole world to see. And you're thinking somehow it's a success. Stop that shit. Stop it now. Stop it. I'm going to do one video a week from this week. One video a week. And I'm only interested in now talking the truth. That's all we're here for. Saturday. And I come into light up point 14. So point 14 people, come out, you know. Mr. Man with the water bottle, bring it, you know. Come with it. Because we talking now. Because you will explain to this nation who you vote for in the last 4 elections. Everybody. Election. A line up. I vote for Kamala. I vote for Keith. Stop it. Stop letting them make an ass of you. Stop it. We going point 14. And we trying to organize a caravan. We're going down in Maxis. We're trying to organize Maxis. Anybody want to organize big Maxis and come and meet? We leave in town to reach in San Fernando for 4. The meeting is at 6. But we have an executive meeting at 4. And we have issues to deal with. So we're doing that in South. And we're trying to kill birds with one stone. So those of you who want to be a part of that, link up with the team. Lima, Giselle, Felicia, Diana, Shari, all the crew. You see the names on the thing. Karen, listen. The Progressive Empowerment Party is here to build a bridge to a better future. But we ain't here to beg for your vote. We ain't here to con you, twist you, tease you, rape you. We're here to work together with you. Come build your party. But if you don't come, and if you have no interest, we will go away. And you could, listen, you don't have to say as an asshole. I will say it for you. I will change the name on my Facebook to asshole. I don't mind failing. I didn't come into this for lamb like corned beef, man. I didn't come into this for CPEP contracts like Dane Wilson and them. I came into this to help the nation get to a better place. I had to tell somebody this morning, I have no interest in the... She's arguing with me and telling me, you have to be the political leader. I don't know that. The people will decide that. But I want to tell you, more and more, all I am interested in talking is raw, unvarnished truth. And if you can't handle that, I am not the man for you. But we're meeting this Saturday in Point 14. And if Point 14 really fed up, come out. Because I will give you a song to chant. I will give you a way to deal with it. It is time this country got beyond the bullshit. And listen, we're building 41 constituency executives. Come on board. Stop the talk. Stop the bitch and moan. We're bitching and moaning 47 years. We had to either go forward or accept that this is who we are. So, that's it for tonight. See you all Saturday in Point 14, and next week, Monday, will be my next live video. We will now get to a place where, if you're all serious about this, you know how to find me. I will be in Point 14, 6 p.m. at the community center. They have all over Facebook, they have all the things. Find it. Make yourself available. Come and get involved in the rescue and the redevelopment of your country. Because if you're not interested, let it sink. Stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.